was originally going to do a reaction video to the Marvel's Avenger project, which we now know is just called Marvel Avengers, which I think is perfect. But I didn't just want to do what everyone else was doing, so let's discuss why I'm so excited about this damn game. First of all, visually, it's incredible. And of course, it's got characters that we all know and love from Marvel. But that alone wasn't enough to get me excited about the game. There needed to be some knowledge out there about the gameplay loop of the game. Now we know. I'm not sure about gameplay in the campaign because they didn't reveal much of that. I mean, they showed us some story cinematics, but it really wasn't much. But now we know what the multiplayer is going to be like. They officially confirmed that multiplayer will be 4-player co-op, which is super exciting to me because I haven't been excited for a co-op game in a very, very, very long time. Normally the games that I get excited about are very competitive, you know, fighting games, shooters, stuff like that. It's been a while since I've really been able to sink my teeth into a co-op game. I think the last co-op game I really played was probably Left 4 Dead. That was years ago. We also learned that they intend to add in content over time. It seems to be a story that they're going to tell over multiple years, almost like episodic, although we didn't get confirmation of that specifically. But the really exciting piece of news that came from this for me was, first of all, let's get the easy one out of the way. There are no loot boxes in this game, and of course, there are no pay-to-win stuff. This is the biggest news for me. There will be additional characters added to the game, additional regions added to the game, which I'm assuming is just kind of like missions, and most importantly, both those regions and those characters will be playable for free. That is incredible. I'm not sure how I can express how important that is. Think about it like this. If there's a new X-Men movie that comes out, which technically I'm not sure if they're allowed to use right now because of the timing of all of the deals and stuff like that. So we won't use X-Men as an example because it's really complicated. Let's talk about, I don't know, let's say the new Spider-Man movie comes out, right? We know that that's a thing that's happening. They can add in Mysterio and Spider-Man to celebrate the launch of that game. This really does feel like everything I wanted. It's so important to have that kind of cross-branding. And not just from a business perspective, from a consumer perspective. If you're excited about the next, I don't know, Thor movie, and you're excited because of one specific character, well, now they can add that character to this game. I'm sure Marvel will have to work quite closely with them to make sure that all of this stuff comes out as scheduled, but that has the potential to be incredibly exciting. With Infinity War, they could have released a Thanos boss or something like that. And because the MCU is ever expanding, this game has the potential to continue to expand with it. And it looks like that's the type of content they want to continue to produce alongside the MCU, but separate from it, if that makes any sense. At least that's what I'm gathering based on the release schedule that they're talking about. They didn't go into specific details about what this meant, but they did mention that the game would release content over time. And the way they described that, it didn't sound like it was just a little bit of content here and there. It sounded like at launch, we might have a fraction of a game that you might expect to be released at full price. But then slowly over time, we're going to get more and more content added to the game, which I do think could explain why it took them so long to release this game or to start showing us this game. Is because I would imagine that there's probably going to be a lot of content already done that we won't get at launch because they're going to hold it back so that they can kind of have a backlog of content ready to go out. That way they can continue to support the game for an incredibly long time. And just that idea, that concept is enough to get me super excited. And then when you combine that with the incredible visuals that we got, and we didn't get a lot of it, but we could see tiny glimpses of gameplay and get an idea of how the game moves, and it looks really fluid. When all of that comes together, this is the game I'm most excited about coming out of E3. I think this is the E3 game to look at. Regardless of how exciting Xbox Scarlet is, because it's a brand new console, regardless of how exciting Halo looks, regardless of how exciting Doom Eternal looks, Marvel Avengers is by far the best game at E3 so far as presentation and everything else we talked about. Now, don't get me wrong, there are other games to be excited about. Final Fantasy VII looks fantastic. Like I said, Doom Eternal looks great. There's a lot of games, Cyberpunk 2077, a lot of games look amazing. But as far as reveals, the games we first got to look at here at E3, Avengers blows it out of the park. And of course, we knew that the game existed before, but we'd never seen what it actually looks like. Outstanding work, Square and all the other people working on this game. This game is going to be really, really fun. I'm probably going to get it on both PC and PlayStation 4 unless they announce crossplay. Yeah, this game looks great. And they did confirm that it's coming to PC. So That's awesome. What I want to hear in the comment section below is what character do you want to see added to Marvel Avengers the most? Because we know it's going to be a cooperative experience that we can all go play online. What character would you want to be able to play in the game? For me, I think the answer is Spider-Man. Spider-Man's by far my favorite Marvel character, and not having him in the game is going to be a big disappointment, but hopefully he'll be added after launch sometime. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new around here, don't forget to leave a like. It does help other people find it. Subscribe to keep up to date with content like this. My name has been Bilbsy, and I'll see you in the next video.